12 years old, 6th grade and king of the playground. The only thing you have to worry about is the yard duty yelling at you at recess. You get home from school, ready for a nap, and an alarm goes off. You open your eyes, it was just a dream. You look around, you're crammed in the backseat of a van with your 3 siblings, and you realize you guys have been sleeping here for the past week since your father lost his job. For some, this might be unimaginable, but for Jim Carrey, this was very much a reality. Strong resilience is what got Jim Carrey through all of the hardships in his life. Today, I will show you a little bit about Jim Carrey and his life and how his resilience inspired me. Let's start with Jim Carrey. According to Time magazine, the Canadian star experienced homelessness as a 12-year-old when his father lost his job. Carrey always loved to perform, but he couldn't because of his family's financial struggles. TheFamousPeople.com says, his only form of practice was at home when he would try cheering up his mother in times of financial calamity. Practice at home later turned into doing comedy skits in Toronto when he was just 15 years old. At the same time, he had to drop out of school because he needed to get a job to work and help his family. Eventually, he was able to quit his job and do stand-up full-time as the opening act for Buddy Hackett and Rodney Dangerfield. From there, Carrey took to Hollywood, and once his name was out there, his career skyrocketed. From his more comedic movies like The Mask and Dumb and Dumber to his more serious and critically acclaimed roles in 1998's The Truman Show and 1999's Man on the Moon, for which he won 2 Golden Globes. We can all think of someone's success story who's inspired us, someone who went from the bottom of the heap to top of the ladder like Jim Carrey. Now that I've talked a little bit about Jim Carrey, I'll tell you a little bit about myself and how his life inspired mine. I've always loved acting because of the way actors are able to share stories. I love stories, hearing them, and especially writing them. I started with short stories when I was younger and moved more into poetry as I got older. And like Carrey, I've experienced my own share of hardship. I grew up with 4 siblings and a single mother, and growing up in a single-parent household came with its own financial struggles, including losing our home when we were just kids, and we had to move in with a family friend. My mom always said to us during that time, stick together and don't give up. So I did just that. I pushed myself to be the best I could be in my schoolwork, and when I was old enough, I got a job as a gymnastics coach. It was through this job that I realized I really loved teaching. I knew to get a degree though that I needed money that my family didn't have. So it was from another teacher of mine who said that there was a scholarship opportunity here at Ohlone, and even though I didn't think it was worth it, I still applied and I focused on the rest of my senior year. As graduation drew nearer, my anxiety grew stronger, and my faith in a college degree started to dwindle. Come May, I got my email that I had received the scholarship, and I was very, very proud of myself. I often think about my high school experience and how differently things could have turned out for me. If I hadn't been resilient, I wouldn't be where I am now. To wrap up, I shared a little bit about Jim Carrey and about myself, and how strong resilience can really impact someone's life. After all, if Jim Carrey had given up, we wouldn't have amazing movies like The Truman Show and Man on the Moon. It was his unrelenting resilience that got Jim Carrey through his life, and it's that same resilience that has and will continue to get me through mine.